Hello all my minifigs, I am Bmanlegoboy and thank you very much for clicking on this video. And today I have another reaction for you. I will be reacting to What If I Wrote The Last Jedi Part 2, Star Wars Theory Fanfic, and in parentheses, my best one. So this is uploaded by Star Wars Theory about 5 minutes ago by the time I'm watching it. And guys, I've been waiting for part 2 of this fanfic for so long. I love the first one, you guys can check that out in the description, if you want to catch up, because it's been quite a few months since part 1 came out, so I'm really excited to see what's going to be happening next. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of good stuff happening in this. So, guys, enough with me talking. The original video will be down in the description below, and without further ado, let's get into the reaction. Playing in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Roger, Roger. That's unfair.
I love how he promotes his merchandise.
Hey everyone, what is going on? So finally, I know it's been about 4 months now, and I'm back with part 2 of 4 for What If I Wrote The Last Jedi. Now, first to reiterate, of course, I'm not trying to dog Rian Johnson or put down Lucasfilm in any way. Of course, this is just another fan fiction for you all to enjoy, and something that has been asked by many of you for me to continue and complete. So here is the part 2 of part 4. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am in the process of making a Vader fan film web series. I'm sure a lot of you know by now. I've put a lot of time and resources into this, so if you do want to support the channel and everything I do for future videos, please go down to the Patreon below and check it out. Now keep in mind, we're starting off from the end of this video here, so if you haven't checked it out, I'm going to link it down below, or you can just go find it through my channel right now. It's on the homepage. So without further ado, let's begin today's new fanfiction. As Rey begins to tell Luke that Ben is at the top of the First Order with Supreme Leader Snoke, that Leia sent her there to be trained by him and to bring him back, he says, "There's no time for that. You need to go back to them, to Leia, and tell her to go to Bespin and speak to a man named... Why am I telling you this?" Luke turns to Chewbacca. "Chewie,
Lando?
Get Lando. Get him to Leia. Go, now!"
Lando!
Immediately back down the steps of the Falcon. He roars for Rey to come with him, as she steps towards Luke, asking him if he'll come with them or not. He speaks to her while looking at the ground, softly but full of strength, as if it had been dormant for years. "I can't go. Not yet. There's something I need to do first. This has gone far enough. What have I done? Locked myself away on this island, ashamed of my own failures to not turn Ben into what I feared. That's not the way of the Jedi. That's a coward. And I'm a Jedi, like my father before." Luke paused and turned to face the distance, his face beginning to frown. "My father."
Anakin?
"Go with Chewie. You're wasting time." "But I need to learn the Force. I need it. It's been calling me my whole life. I just want to understand it." "Fine," says Luke. "Your first lesson is to follow your intuition. Feel the Force within you. You won't have to look far. It's in you and the land. It's in the skies and the sea. Be receptive to its energy, and in time, you will learn to control its power, if you can. Now go!" As Rey watches Luke turn away to his hut, she hesitantly leaves with Chewie, the sun beginning to set on the darkening planet. As the Falcon flies away from Ahch-To, Luke stops as he enters through the door to his home, as the wind blows strongly through his hair and cloak. "How long have you been standing there?"
Anakin? It's one of the Force ghosts.
As we're taken to Vader's back-to-tank room on Mustafar, Snoke tells Kylo to enter the chamber, to heal his face and wounds from Rey's lightsaber as best as could be done. Kylo does so, and begins to close his eyes as his master speaks.
"Feel, do not think. Your grandfather's very essence lies within this fortress. Use it."
As Kylo closes his eyes, he begins to see images of Vader that we've never seen before. Flashes, again, of him burning. Flashes of him behind the mask. Vader building his lightsaber for the first time. Dead bodies, clone troopers, Padme, lightning, lightsaber, the old man. Then, he began to feel agony, terror, sadness. He opened his eyes in the back-to-tank, only to feel a fraction of what it was to be Vader. Everything inside of him couldn't handle the pain, couldn't handle the power that emanated from this chamber. He wanted to get out of it, but he knew that this was the only way. He needed more. Kylo closed his eyes. He went deeper into these visions. As Snoke walked down the steps, he entered the catacombs of Vader's castle. This was where he got his obsidian ring, inscribed with the ancient Dwarti. The Dwarti were the same golden figures in Palpatine's office from Revenge of the Sith, for those who don't know. As Snoke walks before an ancient stone wall, He closes his eyes, reaches out with the Force, and shatters the entire thing as if it were made of glass. But no stone falls. Moving them all with his mind, rotating them in place, he turns them to sand, falling to the floor and lava around them. Moving towards the room that he just opened, he comes across a scripture written in ancient writing.
The prophecy.
He says to himself, it's a scroll, an old one. Could this be the ancient prophecy of the Chosen One, or something else? But why was it here? Retrieving what he needed, Snoke walks up to Vader's chamber to gather Kylo and take him back to his ship, to observe his training. Walking through the door, he notices all of the glass of the bacta tank suspended in the air, along with the liquid flowing perfectly in shape around Kylo. His eyes closed, deep in a trance. Snoke summons Kylo's lightsaber without making a sound, the Force guiding it from the corner of the room as he floats it to Ben's head and ignites it. It was as if time slowed down itself, at least for Kylo. He instinctively knew what was going on and moved his head back to avoid the saber's fire. The sparks an inch from his face as he raised his hand to grab his weapon, the glass and bacta fluid dropping to the floor as Snoke separated it with his mind, walking to his apprentice.
You have learned well, boy. Come, we're leaving.
Okay.
You've closed yourself off from the Force. for
Obi-Wan.
far too long, Luke. I didn't want anything to do with it. You saw what Ben did. He's just like his grandfather. That means he can be turned.
Failed, you have.
Yoda!
Look downwards. Master Yoda. I know. I failed you all.
No, failed yourself, you have. A Jedi never loses his way. Matter not. How tragic. Lose my way, did I? After Skywalker destroyed everything and everyone I knew, flee, I did, like you. But lose who I was, did I? No.
Yoda is right, Luke. You've been twisted by this Snoke into hiding yourself away. It's not too late. You've lost Han. How many more will it take you to wake up? Ben? Leia? Luke looked at them with tearful eyes, but with determination, a look of fire and hope that they hadn't seen in him for decades. He didn't speak. His right hand reaches out as he closes his eyes, and both Obi-Wan and Yoda look at him with a smirk, looking down as if trying to see something through his eyelids, concentrating hard, feeling through the Force. That sound, something was breaking from miles away, flying through the sea, earth, trees, air itself, and finally breaking the brick wall of his hut. Igniting the green blade,
Oh.
Luke looks at his old weapon as he looks up.
Kind of like Thor.
Obi-Wan, smiling, looks up at him and says, "The weapon of a Jedi Knight." Transfixed on the emerald green blade, Luke says, "No, a Jedi Master."
Yes. Is that the end? Yeah, I think this is the end.
Well, there you are, guys. I know 4 months just for that, but it really took a while for me to create something that was not tacky or lame, but something that was very heartfelt.
That was pretty good.
Kind of gets the point across, but also leaves you wanting more for part 3. Now, I hope, obviously, part 3 won't take me another 4 months, but as you know, I am very, very busy with this whole Vader web series that I'm trying to create and pay for myself. So, if you guys have suggestions, I will be taking all of your suggestions down below in the comments. So let me know, what do you think should happen from here? And I will do my best to get this out for you within the next month. I thank you all for your time and patience in waiting for this part 2. I hope it was worth it. I know it was short, and that's why I will be getting to part 3 as quickly as possible. I just want to make sure it's done right, and I don't want to rush it out for views or, just getting something done for the sake of getting it done. I want it to be done right. So it took some time for me to get my creative edge a little bit here, as I wrote a ton of different drafts for this, but I just scrapped them all and didn't like them. Except for this one. I like this one. I think it turned out well. Now, obviously, there are a few different possibilities as to where this could go in part 3. First of all, I'm thinking I could take this piece from an old fanfiction that I did covering The Last Jedi, where Luke basically goes out after talking to Yoda and Obi-Wan about new Force powers and things like that they've learned, and he goes out onto the cliff of Ahch-To and summons his X-Wing that is down below in the ocean. This is kind of paying homage to The Empire Strikes Back, where Luke wasn't strong enough, and therefore he is now. Showing a good amount of character transformation in terms of power, knowledge, and everything else that we would want for Luke to achieve. Now, as for where he goes after that, I'm thinking either he goes and meets Snoke on his ship, or perhaps goes to Vader's castle himself, and then we can go through what Luke finds at his father's fortress, which could be interesting in itself. There are different things that Luke could open in the fortress that Kylo couldn't. After all, Luke did find many things from the Emperor's journal and data file, so the possibilities are pretty endless here. As for the Vader fan film web series, I hope you guys are all excited. I'm hoping shooting will start by September, and I am funding it all myself. So if you guys do enjoy the channel, be sure to hit like, support down below, and leave your comments, and I can't wait to read them all. With all that said, thank you everyone for watching. I will see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Theory. Be sure to hit like on this video if you did enjoy it and you want more. Until the next episode, remember, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends,
The Force will be with you always.
Now, fulfill your destiny.
I love that ending. Oh, wow, guys. That was actually really good. Yeah, it was a long wait, but oh my god. That was, oh my goodness. I cannot wait to see part 3 of this. This is gonna be awesome. I can tell. This guy, oh my god. God. Ah. Whew. Alright. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to go subscribe to Star Wars Theory and give him the love he so very much deserves. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, all my minifigs.